The following is a presentation of Muddy River Sports.
I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Schuckman, and this is another episode of Schuck on a Truck. It is a crisp November afternoon, which means we're talking either football or wrestling. And turns out, Phil Neally,
let's go.
We're talking both.
Yeah, let's go.
How about that?
I love it. It's a first, and so it's a good thing. So
Phil Neally, the head wrestling coach at Quincy High School, assistant football coach. Your hands are full right now trying to juggle a lot of things because of the success of the Blue Devils.
That's a great thing, and
yes.
I continue to juggle through Thanksgiving. So I'd be very happy with that. So it's good for the kids and our program and our school, and so it's been a lot of fun right now.
We're in the midst of a historic season here at Flynn Stadium. The Blue Devils are 11-0, heading into the state quarterfinals for the first time ever.
Yeah.
As an alum, as a former football player, and as a coach for 20 plus years, how cool is this?
It's really cool, and I told you yesterday I'm not gonna get emotional. So, but it is at times.
We might though.
Yeah, we might. Yeah, but it's just it's fun because I think about when we went 8-0 and captured the Big Six title. Yeah. Dr. Hammock walked on the field, and and John and I spent a lot of time together in high school. He was a quarterback, I was a center.
Right.
And we just kind of gave each other a hug, but it was just like, they have no idea, these kids, how much they've given to us as ex-players here to see this program where it's at. Yep. And, I go down the line, so we got Jack Hammock on here. Randy Mettermeyer played for the Blue Devils. Yep. His son is out there playing. Yep. Johannesson.
Jason's an assistant coach, and Caden's playing.
And I just, it makes my heart so happy to see the success of this program and to be part of it, just a small part of growing up with these guys and just the atmosphere, and just for Blue Devil football. I just think about guys like Ray Richards and Pete Burns and Tony Thompson, and there's hundreds of others that went through the struggles. I
think the guys that we were at Quincy High School in the same era.
Yeah,
and I think a guy said that in my class, the Alan Mettemeyers, the Frank Stoddards, the Jake Taylors, that
great guys.
Poured their heart into it.
Yeah,
and didn't have this kind of success.
Yeah, and and every one of them, and I can tell these kids 1,000 times, and I have before, about how much it means to us. They don't really know, but it doesn't really matter to them. They're having their own glory right now, and for us to be on their coattails and just enjoying it makes us happy. And
you want them to celebrate their moment. Yeah, without a doubt.
Yep.
But I think when when we come out here on Saturday and we look in the stands, we're going to see a lot of faces from decades of Blue Devil football sitting up there.
That'd be cool. And it's always enjoyable because you always, when I'm walking on the field, that game day, you always have somebody yell out, Coach Neally. And, oh yeah, he played for me here and there, being around 25 years, and then being in the program also. It's I told Coach Lil, I was like, it's the greatest team to ever play football here. Yeah. And that's, you can't really.
Historically, it's proven. It's.
And I relish in the fact of just having to just think. I think more about all the guys that have been through here and where it used to be and where it is now is just. It's a dream come true. It's something you talk about with people, like, hey, it's going to happen. It may not. It may. Hey, this is but hey, here we are, and hopefully we have a few more weeks of playing football, and if not, it's just it's been a great thing to be part of.
The fun part, and I wrote about it this week, for me has been I've sat in the same sort of spot every home game, the West End Zone, and I've been there with Jim Wassman, the legend. Yeah. Guy's got a sandwich named after him. He's a legend. Randy Dickens and Jose Quintero have been down there as well. And those are guys who have been around the program for decades. Yeah. And I know they don't get quite as emotional as us young bucks. Yeah. And we are young bucks compared to them.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But I know what it means to them to see this program get to this level. It matters to everybody.
Yeah, it does, and that's what I think to myself. It doesn't matter if you're the guy blowing the train horn, you're the kid carrying the water, you're the guy doing the laundry, You're the one playing special teams. You're on second offense. You're Mount Carmel defense this week. Everyone partakes in this family atmosphere of QHS football here right now. It's just, it's an awesome feeling.
And as great as this moment is to be in the state quarterfinals, I go back to the preseason. I go back to week 1.
Yeah.
And the guys are the same today as they were in week 1 in terms of attitude and showing up every day. The success hasn't spoiled them. They're still out there playing hard.
Yeah, and they do. And let's go, when you say preseason, I'm sure, we go back to, January, February, March, April, May in the weight room. June, July, coming out here 3 days a week, going to 7-on-7s in Hannibal, going to team camp, the coaches' meetings and the get-togethers. And I mean, it's just everybody has bought in. Those players have put their time in, and a lot of people don't see that. They don't get that, but it takes all those little that hour, half-hour drive to Hannibal on a Tuesday, and we're hitting an Omaha or we're doing a Sacramento, and you get here, and it just becomes you can do it in your sleep, and it means something because that's how you're successful. It builds that family.
Well, and that family. There's family in the locker room. Those players are family together.
Yeah.
There's family in that coaching office because you guys, I know, celebrate the victories and drown the losses. There haven't been any of those this year.
That's a great Pizza Hut no matter what group.
Yeah.
They'll keep you going. So.
Yeah. So, but the fact is, but you see the family. It's not just there's no divide in there.
No divide, and to be able to be around a group of guys that all have that one goal and love the sport of football and want just good for the kids. Yeah. They want good for our school. They want good for our community. And we go back to the same thing, the preseason stuff, where they got to be out here away from their families, and that goes even a little deeper, making you even more emotional about the wives and the kids that sacrifice, and the mom and dads of all these kids that bring them here, pick them up, provide for them. I mean, it's that coaching group we have is it's just a special group of guys who love each other and would go to battle, and every one of them I'd have in that foxhole. And I don't put a lot of people in my foxhole, but there's every coach in this program and in my wrestling program they'd come in the foxhole with me, so it makes it pretty special.
I like the way you said that. And I think it goes back to, I think these guys would put other student athletes in their foxhole with them, these players, I mean. And we've seen your wrestlers, and I've talked to several of them at home games, out here cheering their classmates and their buddies on. And I'm sure as they're preparing this week for their season and getting after it in the wrestling room, they want to be here Saturday. To celebrate these guys.
They'll all be here. We got the morning run in Hannibal that we're going to we got the stair run up to the steeple and all that good stuff on Saturday for wrestling, but we'll be done by 11 o'clock, and the boys will be here fired up, and Briar Newbold and Owen and all those guys, they enjoy this football thing, and they got Todd being our heavyweight and stuff. They have that kind of tight-knit family, and they'll be cheering them on, and a lot of good stuff.
Well, and I think we'll see some of that carry over to this winter when a lot of these guys will come out to your home matches or the Invitational to cheer on an Owen, a Briar, a Todd.
Yeah, that's a great atmosphere. I mean, you can't, as a coach at our high school right now, I mean, we have a lot of great athletes, and they support each other. Yeah. You go to, whether it's a volleyball game, you go to a basketball game, you're going to see, a wrestling match, football game. You have all these different diversities coming in and cheering each other on, and that's a positive thing for all of us.
This is Schuck on a Truck, brought to you by Schottenkirk Toyota. If you're looking for a vehicle or want to sell your vehicle, head out to Schottenkirk Toyota. They'll take care of you. And you mentioned that support of each other. I see it, and what I love is when I show up to a game or a wrestling match or something, a lot of these kids want to sit around me. And but they do. They come over and chat, and they're comfortable being who they are.
That's right.
And I think that's a special thing.
Yeah, you're right. And that comes from being confident and working hard at your craft and knowing, hey, this is what I can accomplish. I really believe that. The kids who carry themselves well and are respectful and respected, they have put their time in and know that whether it's you or me, Coach Wildrick, they just they want to have, they just have that, I don't know what it is about that I don't know what I want to say, but it's something special, you
They have
know.
that personality in that.
There you go. Their personality is just very confident.
It is, and it shows, and I love the way they carry themselves, because they carry themselves confidently, but also maturely.
Yeah.
You know, they're still kids. Don't get me wrong, but
they like to compete, and I think that's a big thing right now with our football program. You know, you got these guys who want to be the best on every play, and whether it's here or on the wrestling mat, you got the guys that are pushing on the other side and making you work hard. And when you can compete and be competitive and be confident about things, you know, the ceiling's really high.
Don't want to jump too far ahead, because I know we got Saturday's a big day for the Blue Devils, but this winter's going to be a lot of fun. You got a lot of kids in the wrestling room, a lot of kids coming back.
We have, and I don't want to speak too soon, but I will.
And we'll get more into wrestling as the season goes along.
But I will say this, that we have 8 kids who wrestled 400 plus matches this summer.
Wow.
I mean, and you're talking, you know, Gunnar Deerhickey, Eli Roberts, Evan Wakefield, and I haven't mentioned, you know, some of the Todd Smiths and Owen Uppinghouse and Briar Newbold. I mean, Hugh Sharo. I mean, we got some hammers coming through and doing a lot of good things, and we got 3 seniors this year. But I believe this will be probably one of the better teams we've ever had at Quincy High School, but it's a work in progress. But you know, right now they've been working on our 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. in the morning, 3 to 5:30 after school. We do that for 2 weeks, and we lift all, you know, throughout the season. But you got to buy in, and just like these kids. I mean, I compare them to, hey, when you're in a program and you believe in it, a lot of great things will happen for you.
Well, you believe in them, they believe in you.
Yep.
And that respect goes both ways, and it has to be successful.
I love those kids. You know,
I know you do.
And I go to the wall for them, and I exploit this, whether it's this football team and the wrestling team, but it's a war when you go on the, you know, that in the room, on the field, and being able to be part of that and train those guys and keep them on the right path. Every now and then, you know, you're going to deal with it. You got teenagers, but they find a way to get back on the right path and do the right things, and so I just hope the best for them this year for all the sports, and especially my wrestlers and these football players. They've been working their butts off, and I just I'm glad to be part of it.
At the end of the day, they're all Blue Devils.
That's right, baby. Let's go. I love it.
Thanks for doing this.
It's been great, man.
Saturday's going to be a blast.
Yes, it will be fun.
And I really do look forward to spend some time with you guys in the gym this winter. And I know if I don't show up, I'm afraid of what Owen and Briar would do to me.
You're right about that. Or your nephews who used to be wrestlers.
Yeah, true. And I got some great nephews coming up through some junior high wrestlers right now.
It'll be great to see. So
it'll be a lot of fun.
All right, thanks,
sir. Buddy.
Yep.
For Phil Neally, I'm Matt Schuckman. This has been another episode of Schuck on a Truck.
Muddy River Sports. Our home, our sports.